Hmm.
You'll be getting a subpoena soon. I have these excellent new attorneys.
Disclaimer: this is a purely fictional narrative. Any resemblance to real persons, living or dead, is coincidental and not to be taken as fact. Blake Lively stared out the bay window of her sprawling New York loft, the city lights dancing against her thoughtful expression. A storm was brewing, one she never expected, and yet, somehow, she felt entirely responsible for letting it become public. It all began weeks earlier. Taylor Swift had posted a heartfelt message on social media about authenticity, kindness, and how rumors can tear people apart. Nothing specific, just general reflections. But it struck a nerve. Blake had been quietly worried. Over recent months, rumors had flitted around, some claiming Blake had whispered to mutual industry friends that Taylor's sudden charitable donations were purely PR, others insinuating that Taylor's latest album had been ghostwritten or manipulated by label execs. The rumors hurt, but they were vague, until one outlet assigned Blake as the source. Suddenly, the whispers had names, dates, and consequences. Blake's first instinct had been denial. She'd considered issuing a statement exonerating herself, saying none of it was true, that she respected Taylor, admired her work. But in the cutthroat world of celebrity, a denial alone wasn't enough. Once something is out, it spreads too fast. Retraction is always weaker than the scandal it tries to stop. Blake felt panic rising. Her reputation, carefully built, felt under siege. She called her PR team at 7 a.m. the next day. "We need to take control," she said. "This Taylor situation, it's spiraling. If people believe I said she's fake, that her generosity is just show, that her songwriting is a sham, I could lose trust. Maybe partners, maybe fans. We need to silence it." Her head of PR, Marianne, advised caution. Responding aggressively might fuel the fire. "We could issue a calm denial, request a correction from media outlets, focus on what you believe in, your authenticity. The moment you try to attack back, people get polarized." But Blake's nerves were on edge. She saw headlines cropping up. Blake Lively accused of slamming Taylor Swift behind her back. Is Blake the source of Taylor's image crisis? Fans demand apology from Blake for alleged smears. Social media was divided. Memes circulated, some painting Blake as the vindictive one, others echoing the rumors. Blake felt backed into a corner. Finally, she made the decision. She would issue a strong denial and, in the same breath, hint that the allegations against her were malicious. She contracted a high-profile entertainment lawyer. They drafted a letter to tabloid websites demanding retraction, threatening legal consequences for defamation. In interviews, Blake was prepared to say, yes, she was upset. Yes, she had found the rumors hurtful. But no, she had never said what they were accusing her of. And yes, she expected an apology. Meanwhile, Taylor Swift, unbeknownst to Blake's team, was already mapping out her response. Taylor had been tracking how the rumors had evolved, reading what people were saying, seeing how Blake's denials had been received. Taylor's brand had always been grounded in personal authenticity, narrative honesty. She believed that the best defense was not silence, but truth, delivered with clarity, compassion, finality. Taylor didn't call Blake out publicly at first. Instead, she posted a song, an introspective track about misleading voices, about standing firm in one's own truth when everyone else seems to spin stories. The media ate it up. Fans speculated. Was that about Blake? About someone in her inner circle? Taylor didn't confirm, didn't deny. Then came Taylor's statement, beautifully written and simple, published on her official site and shared on her social media. She said that rumors had been circulating attributing cruel things to people around her, and that while they may seem small, they hurt. She affirmed she had no evidence Blake had conspired to discredit her, that she preferred to believe friends are kind until proven otherwise. She expressed hope that everyone would let go of rumors and gossip, that people could choose compassion. But, and this is where the hammer struck, Taylor also asked for only one thing. If Blake truly valued the truth, she should issue a public apology not just for the statements Blake was being accused of, but for allowing a culture of rumor, not just by denying it, but by showing how rumors hurt people. Taylor ended her statement with something like, I will always speak my truth, even when it's difficult. I invite you, Blake, to do the same. The public reaction was swift. Many hailed Taylor's statement as courageous, not because she attacked, but because she elevated the conversation. She showed vulnerability. She asked for accountability, not vengeance. People contrasted Blake's legal threats and denials with Taylor's calm, dignified posture. Headlines turned. Taylor Swift turns the tables. Taylor's honest response silences the noise. Blake lively left defeated by her own PR strategy. Back in Blake's loft, she watched the media reports unfold, stomach tight. Some opinion pieces sympathized with Blake, saying she had been pushed into reacting. Others said it was unnecessary for Blake to threaten lawsuits when truth often has a way of coming out anyway. Social media favorites declared Taylor had won this round by refusing to sink to the nastier side, by refusing to make it about blame, instead of raising the idea of shared responsibility. Blake's lawyer called. We've pushed the retractions. We've made the denials. But for many, Taylor's statement frames things in a way that's more favorable. People respect her more now. Marianne, the PR lead, advised reconciling, offering a private apology, maybe a joint statement. Blake lay awake, thinking. Was it desperation that made her try to silence Taylor? Or fear? Was there truth in the rumors? There wasn't. Did Blake realize that in attempting to force silence, she had drawn more attention, stirred more sympathy for Taylor than anything Taylor could have done alone? The next morning, Blake released a short message of her own. Not a lawsuit threat, not a combative denial, but a humble acknowledgement. She was sorry for letting rumors define a narrative, for responding in anger, for allowing the story to spiral. She said she respected Taylor and wished to move forward with more honesty. She invited private conversation, closed the chapter. The public response shifted again. Some praised Blake's maturity. Some said she'd been forced into it, but done well. Others still questioned why she hadn't done it earlier. And many recognized Taylor's case was never about harming or shaming Blake. It was always about protecting truth, acknowledging harm, bringing light to how rumor and silence can hurt people. Taylor's response destroyed Blake's case, not by tearing her down, but by refusing to be torn down, by holding integrity as the highest ground. In the weeks that followed, the feud cooled. Media coverage shifted to other headlines. Blake devoted some time to philanthropic projects, posts about self-reflection. Taylor toured, released new music. Fans drew lessons that sometimes denial isn't enough, that trying to silence someone rarely stops the story, that truth, when spoken calmly, often cuts deeper than attack. And Blake, alone in her loft, realized that in wanting to silence the rumors by force, she'd lost something more important, the chance to show vulnerability, to lead by example. She had seen how Taylor's response